There's a very important question. Whether isolating mechanisms is the same as allopatric speciation. If you look, and we're going to look in detail now what causes allopatric speciation and what allopatric speciation is. But if you look at some geographical barrier, yes, it does prevent fertilization if something separates the population, but it is not an isolating, reproductive isolating mechanism. It's not seen as one.
Yeah, it will isolate the animals from
Yes.
reproducing, but it's not the same. A reproductive isolating mechanism is where they can be in the same area, but for some reason the two won't be interested in one another. Or even if they are, they won't be able to mate. They don't have the proper structures that are compatible. And as Colin has said, with allopatric, there's a geographic separation. Okay.
Yeah, and let's get to allopatric speciation so that they
Yes.
can see. There's a very, very simple diagram to illustrate this process. It is when they become geographically separated. And you will see that each, here for instance, let's say this is a river that separates these, the same population is now separated, which means that they can't get into contact with one another. What we see there is that this population here is developing within this region, but also with a certain environmental conditions, as are they here. But you will see there are differences, because what caused differences? If you think back of what we have said last week, mutations, tiny mutations that take place. And at the end of the day, what do we get? We get that we have two different species here, and if they should get in contact, and even if they do get in contact, they have changed so dramatically, and we're going to look at those changes too, that they can't interbreed with one another. And this is taking place over a very long period of time.
Yeah. Even before you continue, even in Bernica asked if a waterfall is a form of allopatric speciation in the habitat of fish. Now,
Let's
not
look
the
at that.
waterfall of such as but a waterfall, a sudden waterfall because of a geological occurrence. There was an earthquake and where the river flowed. Now you've got this, and there's a waterfall, and some fish don't swim down the waterfall, they stay at the top, others at the bottom of the river. Yes, over a very long time you can have speciation, and it will be geographical. So yes, well done for the thinking. Let's see, Colin has given a few examples, pictures of the type of geographical barrier that can cause allopatric speciation.
Yes, and if we go back to the history of life on Earth, remember there's also continental drift that we shouldn't forget, and we'll look at an example when we're going to look at Darwin's finches, the Galapagos finches. So, what is it that you need to write when they ask you on allopatric speciation? Remember, there must be a geographic or geographical barrier, and if they give it to you, you can mention it as a geographical barrier. But
Yeah,
it
sorry,
separates.
can I just come in here? You must read your question carefully. You can't write a river when they give you a question about a mountain range. Yeah. But read your question carefully. It is a geographical, the moment it's about geographical barriers, something in the environment like a river or a mountain or whatever, or deep gorge, then it's about allopatric speciation, and then it's about a geographical barrier. So let's have
And
our
just a
slides.
suggestion,
Okay.
I want you maybe just to write down those key words that we have highlighted
Yeah,
there.
can we have the
let's go
slides
to
so they
slide.
can start writing down?
Right,
Thank
it's
you.
only the ones that you see that's highlighted. So there must be a geographic barrier with allopatric speciation. Then next, the two populations, there's no more gene flow. No more gene flow because they are prevented from getting together. So they cannot interbreed, right? Or there's no gene flow. It's the same thing if you say they cannot interbreed now because of the geographic barrier, and there's no gene flow, it's one and the same thing. Then, within each of these populations that are separated, you will find variation. So we
Yeah, it
want to
was
see
there
the
from
word.
the
Yes,
beginning.
it's always there.
Yeah.
So you must mention there is variation within both of these populations that are separated. And each of these groups will undergo natural selection. So each of them will undergo natural selection, or they will undergo natural selection independently. You see, it's exactly the same. And why? Because the environment is different in both areas now. So because of the different environmental conditions, and then we see age group, they will become different, the genotype will be different, and they will start looking differently. So the phenotype, so they become different genotypically as well as phenotypically.
Okay, in other words, before we continue, it is number one, if you look at the bullet, it's number one, there is a geographical barrier.
And that, I think that is very important.
That prevents them, so as Gordon said, you have to say that, and the geographic barrier separates them or prevents them from interbreeding. Because there is a variation, now that they are separated, small changes over the years and under different environmental conditions will cause natural selection to change the species. Genotypically, in other words, as far as genes, small mutations, and then as a result also phenotypically. And then they will not recognize each other again.